In a shocking move, Republicans in the House of Representatives have elected a speaker. That's right. Louisiana Republican Mike Johnson has been elected. He's got enough votes. He, of course, beat out all the other nominees. One of the ones that was put up before, House Majority Whip Tom Emmer, was forced to drop out on Tuesday because he was not hateful enough. That's right. He had earlier won the House GOP's nomination for Speaker. Before Johnson, of course, he had ended his bid following a House Republican meeting Tuesday morning where he was challenged for his views on same-sex marriage by Republican Representative Rick Allen. A source familiar with Showdown confirmed the timeline of events to the Daily Beast, which was first reported by Punchbowl News' Jake Sherman. During the closed GOP conference meeting on Tuesday, Allen confronted Emmer as he was answering questions from members. According to the source, citing Emmer's position on gay marriage, Allen told him, "You don't need to get right with me, you need to get right with Jesus." You know, because Jesus is famous for talking all about gay people. Oh, wait, no, actually not at all. All the anti-gay stuff was in the Old Testament, which supposedly Jesus is supposed to negate by being, of course, the savior of mankind, allegedly. Anyway, it's Bible stuff. Okay, and shouldn't apply to government. Anyway, that said, apparently that sent gasps through the room. I'm not sure why. Republicans are I can't believe he said that. Oh my goodness. Now in 2022, this is what it's in reference to, Emmer voted with some Republicans and old Democrats for legislation to codify federal protections for same-sex couples. Allen told CNN earlier Tuesday that he was very concerned about Emmer's vote and said that there was no way he would ever vote for him, which again, doesn't really matter now because Mike Johnson is the speaker, but we'll get to him in a minute. That said, protecting gay people, at least for Allen, non-starter. That said, if you don't believe me, here's Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene on Fox News echoing his sentiment. Take a look.
We need a Speaker of the House that reflects the values and the views of Republican voters across the country, and they support President Trump, and they support his agenda, and Tom Emmer does not. His voting record, he voted against President Trump's transgender ban in the military. He voted for the Democrats' gay marriage bill that allows churches to be sued if they don't support gay marriages. He also, once had supported the voting rights, the national voting movement that was completely against what we stand for. So that we can't have that for a Speaker of the House. But I'm glad Tom has dropped out of the race.
I love that last part, by the way. She mentioned all the, same-sex marriage stuff and, transgender stuff. But also, all the voting rights things, like expanding voting rights, totally against what we're for. That more voting rights.
Can't let that happen.
Not in favor of more people voting. Yes, and expanding access to the polls and things like that. Democracy, not for it. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, very, very clear on that. But let's get back to this, right? The support for LGBTQ plus rights. 71% of Americans support same-sex marriage, right? Only 49% of Republicans and 41% of weekly churchgoers say gay marriage should be legally recognized. So if you think that, oh no, it's a settled issue. No, there's still a lot of Republicans, and it's mainly Republicans are the only groups that are against the legalization of same-sex marriage. Still exist in this country, still fighting against it. So yeah, we're still fighting for gay people to actually be able to have the same marital rights as straight people in 2023. And for a while, they were literally keeping the government shut down over this. Here they are saying, you, sir, Mr. Emmer, are not bigoted enough to lead the Republican Party. And they would be correct. Now, it's just an example of cancel culture. You could say that, perhaps. But that's what they look for in someone who is going to be Speaker of the House. Not somebody who's going to tackle the real issues like the economy, like healthcare. No. It's all about the bigotry. All about the bigotry. So Emmer, of course, is gone. thanks to these Republicans, and thanks to, former President Donald Trump as well. And now they did put someone up there, again, Mike Johnson. So wait a minute. Since Mike Johnson has just been voted to become Speaker, that would mean what? Is he bigoted enough? Now the answer, of course, is yes. In fact, he's anti-choice, pro-conversion therapy, which again is tantamount to torture to gay people. He's opposed to Bürgergeld, that's the decision that legalized same-sex marriage, introduced something called the Stop Sexualization of Children Act in 2022, which again doesn't do that at all. It doesn't stop sexualization of children. Republicans are the ones that continue to try to legalize child marriage or keep it illegal in places that it still is. What it does is just ban federal funded institutions from admitting that trans and non-binary people actually exist. Yes, that's it. He also wants prayer in public school, supports making divorce more difficult. And so that's the new speaker for the Republican Party. Whereas this guy, Emmer, not bigoted and hateful enough as a Republican. I mean, that's it. Mike Johnson, backwards hateful bigot. He's perfect for the job, which is exactly why they elected him. The perfect representation of the Republican Party. So I'm glad they made him Speaker. Maybe now people can actually start to see what the Republican Party really is.